Our movie is about the little boy Safa, who was trying to fall asleep, but she didn't want to tell him a story before he fell asleep. She started telling him the story of the white wolf that used to protect their village. But one day, they turned against them and started attacking people. The great wizard turned them all into monsters as punishment. This increased the enmity between them and people, even though these wolves have been gone for years. But the legend says that a hero will come to the village because of the injustice they are exposed to. And as the hyenas came and attacked the village, they took Safa to the house and told him to stay hidden and not come out of it. She surrendered her head to the hyena, who came to gather people and make them slaves so that they would envy the crops. All this profited the queen of the monkeys, who was their wise woman. The hyenas took the people and put them in the prison cart as punishment to them and left them in the cold and winter so that they would suffer more. Safi came out of the cellar and wanted to go and rescue him from them. He came out of the house and the hyenas were asleep, and he was not. How can I lower the level of a mosquito and talk to her? He told them that I now need to go to the great wizard so that he can remove the curse from me. We will go now to the queen of the monkeys, whose spies came to her, and it is clear that they are going to the wizard. The queen told them to keep an eye on them from afar and bring her the news in detail. We will return to the hyenas who are still harassing the people they kidnapped by mistake. They will not be treated fairly. They put a poisoned rose in the crops that were collected. They surprised the hyena and punished her and threw her in a flooded hole. As for Safi and the ones with him, they did not find anyone left with them, and they told him that the locals of this area kidnapped him. They will find traces of their days in the land and the village. Their homes were close to Tama, and there was one border in the swamp. As for the people who kidnapped them, they came like a god and presented him on the basis of a god of theirs. They placed him on the throne and said, "Why should he prove to them that he who is a god is right and will not kill him?" The rest of those who visited him felt that everything was going to come down and told them the proof is that he is right. The night of winter began as a fall, and here are the residents of the village. They all started to be happy until finally the god said to them, "A little while." Angie and Safa came to turn on him. The people of the village saw them and pulled them and brought them. Why should he kill them? But he told them to let them go and add them to his companions, and they actually carried out his orders. They released them at night. They were sitting to have dinner with the leader of the village, who was called a shaman, and by coincidence, he even believed that he was Angie's owner. What's wrong with Hadi? And they were helped by the magic that was in him. And he told them, how long is this for the gods? Ours was lost in the forest, and the legend says that it turned into a diseased body, and we had to turn on it. And when we find it, we kill it so that our goddesses are freed and we live in peace here. They were all afraid for Bavi, so they went to him and told him that the people of the village will kill him, and took him in the middle of his things and ran away with him from there, to rest and even sleep everything without anyone noticing him. And he entered the middle of the forest. He is the enemy of all creatures, including humans. Nate Nanset was very scared and ran away from there. One of the spies of the Monkey Queen saw him turn and went to her and told her that she told them to gather her army, all of the monkeys and hyenas and human slaves, where he trembled in front of Sava and the others. And she told him that your friend Angie betrayed you and believed from my saliva and is not an ordinary wolf. Sava was very angry from what he heard. And when he came back, Angie faced him and said, he said to him, "Is this true?" Angie said, "I don't deny it." He said, "Yes, I am American, but I will always be your friend who is with you, and I will not betray you, and I am not your enemy." But even one of them was underground, and he was sad about himself and his mother. Even she was imprisoned, and he kept thinking about how to get out of here. Here we see to force his son to come to him, because the legend says that these are ordinary Diab, but the curse made them transform, and the one who can help them is Angie, because he's the only one who is left who can transform into Delicious, but he does not want to act on his own. His heart said, "Let me go to the magician. He's the one who will remove the curse and bring us back to Diab." His father said to him, "I like the situation this way. Angie did not want to help his father in any way, and he went to Safa until he found him. And they went out and said to him, "After that, we will repeat everything to you." They got him out of there. We will go now to Buffy and Fawful, who entered the palace of all the soldiers. They were afraid, living normally with people in peace. But at the time when famine came and took over everything, Angie's father could not bear the hunger and turned into a human being. This was the first attack against humanity by the wolves, and the magician cursed all the wolves, and they turned into the only one who could turn back into wolves after the magician cursed him. How could they even fear me? When I entered to them, he told them they were not afraid of you, but they were afraid of the mosquito on your shoulder, because they have immunity to mosquitoes, and just one bite from a mosquito can kill them. While they were talking, the spies of the Monkey Queens were up in the tree, listening to them. When they heard the information about the mosquito, they flew to her and told her. Here, she prepared her army, intending her kingdom. She turned Sava's sword into a very strong sword with her magic. A message to her father, the chief shaman, so that they would learn in war. When the army of the Monkey Queen approached, they found, with the army of the shaman and even the army of the Reggie, came and cooperated with him in one line with the army of the shaman. And although there was a cave in which a very big and strong dragon lived, and asked him to come with them and fight on their side against the dragon. And because of him, they were able to defeat a little of the queen's army. And when she saw that her army was about to lose, the kingdom's mosquitoes came and all of them came to attack the Reggie. But here, Faful spoke with the mosquito that was on his shoulder to stop her friends. And she believed that she was their queen, and with one order from her, she stopped all the mosquitoes. And here, finally, when she and Faful agreed on something, they were freed from the curse. She was able, but he remained in the same form and did not change. The mosquito told her army that he and the dragon had arranged all of this, and took the queen of the monkeys, and took her to the farthest place, and cleared the way with his friends to the great magician. They arrived at his house. There was no door. Angie said the password, and the house shook them. The door, they entered. When they entered, they found her, a young girl, the great witch that they were turning against. Safa asked her to show him the great hero who would be able to rescue him and the people who were kidnapped. She told him to go up, and he would find him. Faful asked her to remove the curse from him, so she cursed him. The handsome young man returned, and Angie told her, "I want you to forgive the hyenas and return them to their natural state," without his father, because he chose to remain a hyena and went to live with the two dragons as he pleased. Indeed, she was able to return to her creatures. He returned to his request and told her, "I don't want to be a prince. I want to have only real friends." I told him that you already have them, and that they too were from the witch. They intended for the village to liberate the people and the hyenas. They met Anji and told him that you were the one who became the leader because his father abdicated the rule in his favor. They all continued on the road toward the village, where they met the hyena. Safa got into a fight with the leader. They were unarmed and kept fighting until Safi was able to overthrow him and defeat him. He was going to kill them with the sword, but at the last moment, he backed down and said to him, "Naturally." The hyena agreed and left. They and the people of the village investigated. Then Anji came and humbled himself with Safa in an atmosphere of great sadness. The two of them came because they had become very close friends. As for Bafik, he decided to go with him and live with him. She stayed with Safa in his village, but he was very sad because his best friend had gone to him. Here, we see the rule and the kingdom, and he decided to return to his friend Safa. When they met and embraced, Safa was very happy because his friend had returned to him. He will stay with him forever. Here, you can ask about our movie. We hope you like the summary. Don't forget to watch the previous summaries and subscribe to watch the upcoming ones. Welcome, and we will meet in the next video.